Hey everyone, I'm Scott Stokely, and it is my intention to take all of you with me, those of you who are interested, behind the scenes on the creation, promoting, and running of a disc manufacturing company. And hopefully you've heard by now, my first two discs are out, the Cardinal and a Wren, and those are both birds. And should be obvious at this point, I'm going to be going with a bird theme for my disc line. And I thought it would be fun to share how I got to this point, because this is something I've probably wrestled with for 6 months now. I really wanted the theme of this company to represent what this company is about and what I'm all about. And I love the idea of themes with disc names. I think it's really cool when companies do that, so I was pretty set on that. So I played with a million ideas. I crowdsourced and asked my followers to submit ideas. They actually submitted hundreds of potential disc themes. At least 50 of them were pretty darn good. And if you submitted one and you're wondering if you're one of the 50, yours was definitely one of the 50, but they were great. And one of the first things I noticed, though, is that every single theme, without exception, had some of the names in the theme already taken. There's like 2,000 discs out there. There were no virgin themes. There were no themes that didn't have other companies using them. So I wasn't hindered by the fact, for example, that there are companies that have bird names. There were no untapped themes. So why did I go with birds? And there's actually a few different reasons. The first is the obvious one. They fly. Like, that's pretty easy, right? They're beautiful, they're elegant, they soar through the air majestically. I think most people find birds beautiful. But I also wanted a name of something that was cool. And here's the other thing about birds, at least how I see birds. The only reason we think of birds as beautiful is that we're bigger than them, right? Like, if we were 6 inches tall, birds would be the sworn mortal enemy of the human race. We would view them as murderous, killing death machines. You know, I think of, like, if there was a movie and birds didn't exist, but in this movie, explorers went to another planet and they got out of their spaceship, and this planet was filled by these things that silently fly through the air with razor sharp fingers and mouths that can just smash a creature's head, and they hunted silently from above and just picked people off. And oh my God, like, don't leave your children alone. These monsters hunt children when you're not looking. Like, birds would be pretty much the most terrifying creatures in movie history. Like, they would be the ultimate supervillain. And supervillains are cool. Whether we want to admit it or not, there's nothing cooler than a imposing supervillain. So they're beautiful and they're cool. Here's the kind of cheesy part, but it matters to me. Because the other thing about birds is, to me, they represent the ultimate in freedom. Like, in a way, birds are the only animals that are actually truly free. Certainly land and air animals, right? I mean, birds have responsibilities. They need to hunt and eat. They need to make baby birds. They need to care for those baby birds. But when they're not doing bird responsibilities, birds are free, like no other animal could even possibly be. And everything in my life has been about building a life where I could come as close to being free as possible. And if you follow me, I do so much of trying to impart my old man wisdom to people. And a lot of that has to do with building a life where, at least at times in your life, there's moments where you can be free. You can be yourself. You could live life the way you want to live. And to me, that's what birds are. So basically, the bird theme was a perfect storm of beautiful and elegant and artistic, super cool and hip, and then kind of what I'm all about. So Yeah, that's how we came up with bird themes. I'll give you one quick spoiler. The next name of my disc, it's going to be a bird name. I'm not going to give it away, but hopefully you follow me, and we got some great names of some upcoming discs coming out in a few months. Thanks, everyone.